Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah, and in today's video I'm going to be testing out several new products. I'm going to be showing you how I created this eyeshadow look. And so if you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you are interested in learning how I created this look and seeing the new products that I tested, then keep on watching. So I went ahead and off camera already did my eyebrows, and I'm going to link down below all the products I used so that you can go in there and check out what I used. But I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes first. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow first, just in case there's any fallout or anything with the glittery shades. I want to make sure I can wipe it off now before I go ahead and put my foundation. And I'm going to be trying this Too Faced primer. I think it was upside down, sorry. Looks like this. It's the Shadow Insurance 24-Hour Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. And this I got with my Christmas Cookie House Party palette that I got for Christmas. I've only tried it once or twice though, and I didn't really like it. For some reason it says it's anti-crease, but my eyeshadow creased really soon when I've worn this under, and normally I just use concealer and I haven't had problems with it. So I thought though I would try it again and just see if maybe I just didn't apply enough or whatever. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to actually use this Wet n Wild contouring palette. I'm going to use the bright yellow shade to set it today and see if maybe setting it will help. I don't really know why it didn't work last time, but I'm gonna try again, like I said, to see if it'll work or not. But I'm just taking a small little amount and I'm just gonna apply that on my lid. See, when I apply it, it's kind of got a greasy texture to it, and I don't know why. Like, it doesn't even feel like I just primed my eyelid. Like, I don't know if maybe I'm just not using enough. Also, you may hear my dog barking too, because anytime she hears any noises outside, she barks. So just have to bear with me today. See, this is the problem. It's like trying to crumble when I try to add more. And I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and try and set it right now, right after I apply it, and see if maybe that'll help. I don't really know. I'm just taking this kind of a brush like this to apply it. And I really like this palette. I have used this before. It's one that I've had a long time ago, but the lighter side broke out of it, so I haven't had it for a while, but I got it for my birthday, and so it is definitely one of my favorites. I would definitely recommend it, especially even the contour shade. It's really warm toned, and I really like the way it looks. So I went ahead and set that down. Hopefully that will help. I'm hoping, but it's already looking like it's starting to try to crease. So we're just gonna have to see what happens when I actually apply my eyeshadow. So now that I have my eyelids all primed and everything, I'm going to show you the palette that I got. So I got this for my birthday as well, and I've only used it one time. I just used it. Most of these I've used one time, and like I used them on my birthday. So I kind of know whether I like it or not, but I'm also trying to give everything a second chance too. For some of the things, like the palette, I liked it. I did like the mattes in it. I'll go ahead and open it for you. It's from the brand You Can Be, and this is the Fruit Pie Filling palette. So it looks like this, and then like this on the inside. And I will go ahead and right now insert a video of the swatches I did on my arm. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to do a pink look today. I'm really intrigued by the pink colors So I think I'm going to be sticking to like these colors right in here. I'm also going to be trying to use like one of these like shimmery shades. I will say from the first time I used it, I used these, oops. I used this shade and this shade, and I really liked them. They blend out really well. They build up really well. The only shade that I had a problem with that I used was this Kumquat. I'm pretty sure is how you say it. It's this shimmery bronze shade, and I don't know why it wouldn't apply. Like, it just would not apply well at all. Like, I put it on and there was like barely any impact. I tried spraying my brush with a setting spray to see if that helped. I tried using my fingers and it just was not applying well. I'm gonna have to try and like on a later date try to play with it some more and see if there's a better way that I didn't try to actually get it to work, but it just didn't work for me. So that is something to know. I don't know about the other shimmers. Like I said, I am gonna try some more of them today so that you can see how they apply and how they work. But the first shade I'm going to take with my big fluffy brush that looks like this is, I'm gonna just take this shade Melon, and it's just a very light, almost tan kind of shade, and I'm gonna use that in my crease. And I do like this palette for the mirror as well. It's got a huge mirror in it, which I really like when palettes include a mirror in it, so you don't have to use this and another palette just to have a mirror. I really appreciate that. So like I said, I'm just going to put that all on the outer part right above my crease. Now that I have that shade, you can't really tell that I have anything, but it's just acting as a transition, so it's going to get covered up anyways. But I'm going to show you how to use tape. So you don't want to use a tape that's really going to be harsh or stick really hard to your face. This is also why you want to do your eyeshadow first instead of later, because then the tape will take everything off underneath. But I'm going to go ahead and rub that on my hand just a little bit, just so you get the stickiness off. But what I'm going to do, because the look that I'm doing, I want it to look really clean. And instead of using concealer today, I really want to just use the tape. So you're going to take the tape and you are going to place it out like this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get closer so you can really see what I'm doing. So you're going to take that piece of tape and you're going to slant it however you want. I usually line it up with my eyebrow, but not exactly. Like, I will go a little farther than where my eyebrow's at. So you just place it right there and then stick it. Actually, I'm going to stick it pretty close to where my eyebrow's at. So then you just stick it like that. And then you have a guide so that when you start blending things out here, it's not going to mess up everything under here. It'll all get on the tape and it'll make for a really clean line, and I really like to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and off camera do tape the other eye, and then we will continue. Okay, now that I look crazy, I have both eyes taped, and the one thing I will tell you is that when you do the tape, the only problem that you're really going to have is if you don't make sure and get them as even as possible, because if you tape one up higher than the other, then you're obviously going to be able to tell. So you just have to really take your time and make sure you're getting them as even as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with this fluffy brush again, and I'm going to go in with this Wax Apple color. So it's this really bright hot pink color, and I'm really excited to try it. It looks really pigmented. It really builds up on the brush. So we're going to try to start out light and then build up. We will see what happens. But I'm just going to take this shade in the crease, like right in here, and then also on this outer part as well. So I went ahead and off camera did the other eye as well, and I built it up a lot. I will say that is one thing that I really appreciate about this palette is the first time you dip into a color, it's not going to look exactly like in the pan. Like, it did not come off this super vibrant print the first time I put it on my eyes. I had to build and build and build. And I think that works better too, especially if you're like beginning with makeup. It's better to have a shade that you can build up than one that goes on too dark and then you don't know how to blend it out. So I think this one did really well. I love the color and I love the way it applied. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe my brush off. I usually just take like a makeup wipe, or this is just another wipe, and just wipe it off a little bit just so that that color comes off and that's not gonna get everywhere when I try to add this next color. So on top of this pink up here, to try to blend and blur it out, I'm going to take this milkshake color up here, so it's a lighter pink, and I'm going to take that brush again. Like I said, I just wiped it off, and I'm going to dip into it, and I'm just going to blur the top portion out. So if you can tell, it just makes this look a little less harsh, and it just makes it look really blurred, and I really like the way that looks, because then, like I said, it's not as harsh looking, and the shade blends out really well. It's a very, very light pale pink. Next, I'm going to take a color right in this outer corner to deepen it some, just so it's not just the pink color. I'm going to try and take this grape shade right here. It's almost like a fuchsia color with a tiny flat brush like this. And I'm going to try and see if that'll be dark enough to add depth. And if not, I'll take this chestnut color beside it. But I think this grape color may work. So like I said, I'm just going to put it right here in the outer corner part. Okay, so I do really like the color, and you can definitely see it, but it's not dark enough to contrast against the pink. So I'm definitely going to have to take that chestnut color I showed you and use it instead. It's just a bit of a deeper color, and it's gonna, or I think it's going to, contrast better against the pink. Yeah, you can already tell it's starting to show more. Like I said, you just have to build the colors up. So now that I have that as dark as I want, I'll get up closer, but you can see where there's depth there compared to the pink up there. And I also wanted to just disclose that I don't know that I would ever wear this look out in public. I mean, I may. It's not like an everyday look. I just thought it'd be fun to do a colorful one since there's such colorful colors that are in this palette. So I wanted to try something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and do the shimmery shade now. I'm going to try to apply it with my finger first, I think. No, maybe let's see what it does with a brush first, and then we will try to go in with another color. So I don't think I'm going to put any primer. I don't think I'm going to put any more primer. We're just going to try and see what happens with what it looks like right now. I think I'm going to use this lemonade shade. Yeah, I think that's the color. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I'm going to use this lemonade shade up here first. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush. This is not a newer brush, but I only used it like, I think one time, a long time ago. So I'm going to retry it again, and this is an e.l.f. brush. It just says it's an eyeshadow brush. It doesn't say a number or anything on it, but it looks like this. And I'm going to try to use this and see what happens. It gets on the brush, but I don't know what's going to happen when it actually tries to apply on my eye. Yeah, that is not gonna work. I mean, it's going on my eye, but I think it can do better than that. So let's try with our finger. Oh, wow. That is a really pretty shade. Oh my goodness, this one works really well. I don't know. The palette just says, this cute 30 high impact eyeshadow palette knows how to create fierce fun looks with creative ideas. Buttery soft textures that blend seamlessly for vibrant, ultra pigmented, and long lasting finishes. It doesn't say what kind of formula the shimmer is, but it works, like I said, like look how pretty that is. It works way better than that copper shade that I had used. This is working really well, and I really like the way it looks. And it doesn't look, nope, there is no fallout happening either, which I really like as well. So it's a very bright white shimmery shade, I would say. And I wouldn't say it's like an exact white, maybe like an off-white kind of color, or almost like a white, almost cream color is kind of what it looks like. I mean, it's not like super blinding, but it is really pretty and I really like it. And I'm just gonna put it over that some too, so it's not such a harsh line. Alright, so I went ahead and finished and everything, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it looks whenever I take the tape off. But I think it looks really well so far. The eyeshadows aren't creasing. They look really well actually, which I'm surprised because like I said, that primer hasn't worked for me before. So I am shocked that it's not creasing already because that's what it did last time I used it. But like I said, I really like the way it looks so far. So you're just gonna take the bottom of the tape and gently pull and see, it's a almost perfect line. Obviously it's not completely perfect, but it's pretty close, and you don't have to use concealer or anything like that. Like it's already done for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the other side off as well. This side got a little bit right there, but it'll be okay. So, and they look pretty even. I mean, obviously they're not gonna be perfect, but I think for not using tape in a while, because I actually haven't used the tape in a while, that it actually looks pretty good. This is a really colorful, dramatic look, but I think it did really well. If you see how the line is just real straight and even, but this is what it looks like up close. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next step. So the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to wait to do the lower lash line. I'm gonna do that after I finish my face. But the next products that I'm gonna be testing are this eyelash curler and the mascara. So I already, like I said, have used these once. So my first impressions of it were this eyelash curler does not work well. So I got this for my birthday from my mom, and we watched Loreal, and she loves this thing. It's from Dollar Tree. It's only $1, you know, like, and so we wanted to try it and everything, so my mom got it for my birthday, and I tried it, and it just did not curl my lashes for anything. Like, it barely did anything. Like, my regular eyelash curler curls my lashes really, really tight. This does not. It barely does anything. And I like mine to be really curl tight because I have really short eyelashes, like I've stated in previous videos. So I want them to be as big as I can get them. But I'm going to try it again and see if maybe I can try a different way of doing it and see if it helps. But that's just my first impressions of it. So I'm going to test this out again. And then the mascara I'm going to be trying again, which I really liked, is the L'Oreal Waterproof Telescopic Mascara. It comes in a little tube like this, and the wand is really thin, which is a wand that I didn't expect to like. I like the really big wands, but this one worked really well for my eyelashes. So I'm going to show you how to use that. I'm also going to be putting on false lashes today, which is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to do that part off camera because it's going to be too hard for me to try to show you because I have difficulty with lashes anyways. So I'm going to, again, try this. And I'm going to, after I, like, curl them, I'm going to try to zoom in and show you just so you can see, like, why I don't think it's curling my eyelashes really well. So there is that one. I did it, I think, 3 times. I don't even remember now. But that is what the lashes look like on this side. Also, don't mind the fact that my eye is watering, which happens every time I curl my eyelashes. So they actually did better, I would say, today than the first time I tried them. You just have to be really careful. Like, the only way I can get it to really curl them up is if I get, like, super close, basically like I'm clamping my eyelid almost. It doesn't look bad. Okay, so now that they're all curled and everything, we're gonna be doing the mascara. And like I said, I think this is honestly one of my favorites now. Like, this one works really well. I would say I'd still like the Falsies one better, but this is like really close. This is a great mascara in my opinion. I think it works really well, and it doesn't clump the mascara. That's another thing that I like about it. I mean, sometimes I do like my mascara to look kind of, I don't know the right word, but not necessarily like clumpy, but like with a lot of mascara on rather than the look of just a little bit. But I actually really like the way this looks. So this is them zoomed in with the mascara. Like I said, I really like this mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and now show you the lashes and the lash glue I'm gonna use. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do it off camera just because it'll be easier for me to do it. I'll just show you what they look like afterwards. But these are Wispies from Salon Perfect in the style 614. They come in a box like this, and you get 5 pairs. But they look like this. And I've tried false lashes before from this brand that I really liked, but they're usually more natural. Not that these aren't, I wouldn't say like naturally, but these are way longer, and so I'm excited to try these. And then for the glue, I'm going to use a different glue than I normally use too. I don't know where I put my other glue. I have another glue, but it's black, so you kind of have to wear eyeliner, and I'm not really wanting to wear eyeliner with this look just because I like it just like this. So I'm going to try this one. My mom is letting me use it, but it's a strip lash adhesive in clear, and it's just like got a little tip like this on it. So I'm going to use that and then do that off camera, and then I will be right back. All right, so that was an adventure. Oh my goodness, they look really cute. I love the style. Keep in mind, this is not perfect. They're not as close to the lash line as I would like, because you can still see a little bit of a gap, but it'll be fine. It's my first time putting this style on. These are way more dramatic than I thought they would be. I mean, I really like them. I think they're really cute. I would not wear these on an everyday basis, but I do like them. For some reason, this eye was 10 times harder to put it on than the other. I had to like redo it 3 times, but like I said, I really do like them, and I love that the glue is clear. Like, it is my favorite, and the applicator, I just really like it. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and do my face. So I'm gonna off camera do my primer because it's just me putting on primer. You don't need to watch me do that. But I'm gonna do that off camera, and I'm gonna come back and show you the foundation because I'm going to be kind of testing out a new product. So I will be right back in just a minute. All right, so the foundation that I'm gonna be using today, or like testing out, excuse the disgusting package, but it's a sample. I gotten it, I think, for my birthday last year, so I've had it for a little while, but I've only used it once, and the shade is too dark for me, so I know that. But I really liked the formula, and so I wanted to test it again to just see if I still like it. I'm going to be mixing it with one of my lighter foundations, so it's not so dark, and it's a big difference between what I look like right now. So it's the Born This Way foundation. It is Undetectable medium to full coverage foundation. This is the shade Sand. Like I said, I went ahead and put some on this. It's too dark for me. Like, that is not gonna match me, But I'm gonna be mixing it with my favorite foundation, which is my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the shade 112 Natural Ivory. I apparently can't talk today, but I'm going to be mixing that. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out, but I have mixed it with this one before and it looked fine, so it should be fine. It still is looking a little dark, I think. We're just going to try it. It may be too dark. I don't know yet. We're going to just try it. Now, I have a beauty blender somewhere. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply this to my face. Like I said, I've already primed. So we're just going to go straight in with this foundation. Oh my. Yeah, this may be... It may not. I still have a little bit of my tanning lotion on that I was using. We're just going to go for it. So, I'm going to use my little mirror again. And I just picked the product up on my beauty blender and just put it on my face. Yeah, like I said, this shade, even when I mixed it, I apparently did not mix enough of the lighter shade. It's still a little too dark, but we're gonna make it work. It'll be fine. Like I said, I do like the formula and the coverage, and it mixes really well with this foundation. Obviously, you do not have to mix it with another foundation. I'm just mixing it because I was trying to lighten it, but oh yeah, this is really full coverage. This is a lot more coverage than my Fit Me gives me, which I don't necessarily don't like full coverage, but I just like the more natural look of my foundation. But that's just personal preference. It just will depend on whether you like really full coverage or not. Okay, so you can't really tell in this lighting, but when I'm looking at my regular mirror, this is not my shade. But I'll try to get closer. I still don't think you can tell. Maybe a little bit. I've blended it down my neck some to try to help, but it'll be okay. Like I said, I do like the formula of it, and I like the way that it looks on my skin. It looks really good. It definitely is medium to full coverage because it's covering like a blemish I have here and down here, so it does work really well. And I'm gonna go ahead and set that with my loose setting powder. Well, I mean, it's not a setting powder, but it's like a finishing loose powder in the shade Light Ivory. And I'm just gonna use my big fluffy brush like always, and this is not a new product. I use this one all the time. Now that I've set my face all over, I'm going to use another new product. This is the CoverGirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer. This is the shade Classic Ivory. This shade is actually a little more, like pretty close to my skin tone, so I probably could use to go a shade lighter, but actually with this foundation, it probably is going to go really well. But from using it for the first time on my birthday, I think it works really well. The only thing I would say is you definitely, like, once you put it on, you need to blend it out immediately. Like, I found that it dried really fast on my skin. So I would say, like, go ahead, like, put it on and then blend it out and then put it on wherever else. But that's the only thing I wouldn't say I necessarily liked about it, but it's not a big deal. Like, I just will put it down and then blend it out. And I also like the applicator. I really like how big the applicator is, and it makes putting it on really easy. set that, I'm using this Wet n Wild contouring palette, and I'm going to set it with this bright shade over here. I don't know exactly what they call it, but it's just the brighter shade. And I'm going to take this angled fluffy brush to apply it. Now that I have all of my concealer put on my face and then set with that powder, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lash line. I will say that I really do like the way it looks on my skin. This concealer does really well with this foundation as well. It's actually really bright, and it doesn't look like it's creasing or anything. The powder set it really well, so I'm really liking that. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush again, and I'm gonna go into that hot pink wax apple color, and I'm gonna take this fluffy brush, but I'm going to push it down like this and flatten it and just go along that lower lash line. And I'm going to also test a new product on my lower lash line as well as soon as I finish with this color. I'm also going to take this brush, wipe it off on that wipe again, and go into Milkshake and just take it like this to just try to blur that color out. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and now use a white eyeliner. So I've been wanting to try one of these for a while, and my mom had one, so I'm going to be using that today. It's from Maybelline. It's the Lasting Drama Light Liner in the shade 810 White Luster. So it just comes in one of these. It's just a little twisty thing. Looks like this. I'll swatch it for you. Oh, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to put that right on my waterline. So that is what it looks like. I'll get in closer so you can see. But that's what the white looks like. I really like the way that looks too. It makes your eyes pop when you do the white underneath. I'm going to go ahead and off camera finish my lower lash line with my mascara, and I'll be right back. Now that I have my lower lash line all done, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face. So first I'm going to bronze. So I'm going to use this Wet n Wild palette that I've been using, and I'm going to use obviously the brown shade this time. And I'm going to contour my nose today. Normally I don't, but we're going to see what happens. I'm going to take this small flat brush and see if this works, and just sculpt my nose out using this. And I think I said it already, but just in case I didn't, I really like this shade a lot because of the fact that it's really warm toned. I like my bronzers to be very warm toned. So I just have that, and then I'm gonna blend it out with my finger. And then now I'm gonna take my more dense fluffy brush, dip it in that color, and then I'm gonna bronze my cheekbones and my forehead. Now that I have the bronzer done, I'm going to take that light shade again, and on this slanted fluffy brush, I just like to run it down along the bronzer, just because sometimes I get the bronzer too far down and I just want to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm not baking or anything, I'm just applying it underneath like that. Now that the bronzer's done, I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. So the blush I'm using is the Hello Halo palette, or whatever you want to call it, and it's in the shade Flash Me. This is a Blushlighter. It's from Wet n Wild. It's new apparently, and I went ahead and swatched it already. This is the blush shade and this is the highlight. I really like the highlight because it's gold. Gold is one of my favorite shades for highlighter. And the blush, I really like the shade of the blush. The only thing that I didn't necessarily like was that there's shimmer in it, but it's not too much shimmer, so it's not terrible. And I just take it on a big fluffy brush like this, and I think I got quite a bit, so just be careful. It doesn't go on super dark though if you get too much product on there. So I just take that on my cheeks, and then I also like to get the end of my nose and kind of just connect the two almost across my face like this. Now I'm gonna take that gold shade on this fluffy brush, and this shade has a lot of kickback whenever you dip it into the color, so just be mindful of that. And this gold shade also, I think because like the way it reflects in the light, it looks almost like it has pink in it as well. But look at that highlight. I absolutely love it. I think it looks really good on the skin. And then I'm also gonna take a smaller brush, which I forgot, so hold on. Got it. I always forget one or two things when I'm filming, but I just take this small little one and I go above my lip, down the bridge of my nose, and then I also do it underneath my eyebrow, which I just love the way that looks. Okay, so we only have a few more steps left. Next, I'm going to do my fake freckles, which I'm going to go ahead and do them off camera because in my last video, I showed how to do my freckles, but I'll just go ahead and show you what I'm using. So this is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Creator in the shade 620 Auburn. So they have kind of a red undertone, but I find that those kind of freckles look the best just when they have like the red undertone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and then I will be right back to show you what I'm doing for my lips. Okay, so I finished the freckles, which I didn't do super dark today. I'll get a little closer, you can see them. The last step is to do my lips. I went ahead and off camera wiped them off with my wipe first to get like any foundation or anything like that that got on them, and then I also used a lip scrub, which I will show you. I just used this one from Walmart. It's the Eco Lips Lip Scrub Brown Sugar. I just used that on them. And then for my lips today, I'm just gonna do a gloss. I'm not gonna do any lipstick or anything. I just want something natural. So this is the So Juicy Plumping Gloss from ColourPop in the shade Big Slice. So it is red, but it does not, it's more of a sheer color, so it does not come off like this bright super red on your lips, so it's not going to clash with the look that I have already on. I'm just going to put that all over my lips. So it actually does come off brighter than I thought it used to, but it wears off pretty soon. It does kind of have a minty, tingly sensation, but it's not bad or painful or anything. It is kind of sticky, but it's not terrible. And You can see my natural lip color underneath, which is why I said it is kind of sheer, but it has a tint to it. But that is what this looks like, and this is the final look. So this is the look I created with all of those products, and then I'll go ahead and tell you which products I like, which products I didn't necessarily like, or the products that I wouldn't repurchase. So the first product I think I'm going to talk about is the eyeshadow primer, which I was really shocked by. My eyelashes, like if you, not my eyelashes, my eyelid, if you look at them, they're still wearing pretty well after I've done all of my face, which is really amazing to me. So it must be that either the way I set it, or maybe I applied more product at this time. It's done really well. Obviously I haven't worn it all day, so I don't know how all day would look, but right now it looks really good. So I would say this is a pretty good product. Again, this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm definitely going to keep testing it out to see if it continues to work well as wear it the rest of today to see if I like it, but so far I do think it works really well. Next, I will talk about the palette. So the Fruit Pie Filling You Can Be palette worked really well. I love the way the mattes look. They worked out really well. This shimmer shade worked out really well. Like I said, just that one shade so far. Obviously I haven't used the whole palette, but just that one shade, the Kumquat shade up here, is the only one I've had issues with so far. But it works really well. The shadows are very buildable, and I definitely would recommend getting this one. Next, I will talk about, I think I'm going to talk about the concealer. So this concealer from CoverGirl, I really liked it. The only thing I don't like necessarily is the formula is kind of watery, and I don't really like that, but it covers really well. Like I said, it still hasn't creased any, and it looks really good on my skin. So this is really good. I don't know the prices of all of these right this minute, so I can't say if like the price is worth it, but the way it wears and the way it works, I think this is definitely a good concealer. And I would almost say that I like it better than my Age Rewind. It's very close to that one. I'll just have to use it more just to see more times if I like it better or not. Next I will talk about the blush and highlight. I definitely liked it. Could I live without it? Yes. So I wouldn't say I'd necessarily repurchase this one, but it does work really good. The highlight is very glowy. I like the shade. The shade goes really well with my skin tone. Like I said, the only thing with the blush is I wish it wasn't a shimmery blush, but it does look good on the skin, and it's very buildable. So I really like this one. And this one is an old favorite, but I'm just retrying it again, and I really like it. Obviously, I've said several times I like the shade of the brown, and then this is very brightening, and it sets the concealer really well, and it's not cakey looking or anything like that. So I think this is a really good option for anybody that wants a bronzer and like a highlighting kind of shade to brighten the skin. I think this works really well, and it's very affordable. You can get it from Walmart. Next is the eyelash curler. So yes, it's only $1, but I would not say that I need this. Like, I could just use my other one and would be just fine. It's not my favorite, but I mean, it does do the job and it does work. It just, oops, it just gives a more natural look to your eyelashes rather than almost like a dramatic look, which is what my other eyelash curler does. And then playing off of that, here's the mascara I use, the Telescopic. I really like this one. I wouldn't necessarily say I like it on my lower lash line. I like my other Falsies mascara better, but I do like this on the top eyelashes. It really makes them look full, and it really lifts the lashes even though the wand is smaller. And I think I forgot to say this is in the shade Black, but it worked really well, and it did great to blend my natural eyelashes into the false lashes as well. Going into the false lashes, I really like this style. No, I wouldn't wear them every day. This would be more for like special occasions because they are such dramatic lashes, but I really do like the way they look and the style. Like I said, they're not a necessity, but like if you want to have some fun sometime, or if you're going to an event or something, you definitely could wear these, and they look really good. They're not super crazy lashes, like you can still see through them, you can still see my makeup, but they are more dramatic than like your normal eyelash. And then the strip lash adhesive that I used, which is the clear, I didn't show the applicator yet because I did it off camera, but it's just a little thin tip like that, which makes it really easy. Like if you're going to do false eyelashes, you should definitely use this. I think it makes it really easy to put it on the eyelashes. It's clear, so you don't have to use an eyeliner if you're not wanting to use an eyeliner. This works really good and it looks good. So I think that is the last product. Yeah. Oh, wait. I take that back. The foundation, the Born This Way. Obviously, I did have to mix in some of my normal foundation into it, but it does give way more coverage than my normal foundation does. Like, I can build my normal foundation, but it's not like this. And I really like the way it looked on my skin. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't show my pores really well. I think it looks really good. And I don't know if it said, it didn't say like if it's like a matte, or I wouldn't say it's necessarily matte, but it's not dewy either. I would say it's kind of in the middle. But I really like the way it looks on my skin right now. Obviously I haven't worn it all day, but for right now I think it looks really good on the skin. So that is the final product. And so I really hope you enjoyed seeing me test out these new products. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I created this look. Please comment down below any ideas that you have or anything that you would want to see from me. I would love suggestions. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well. That will notify you every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoyed, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you next time.